Clear introduce the how processes come back a whole long time from doing these sort of tricks on recording. Well, generally, this is how we're going to do this bass drop. Some people call it a bass roll. I'm not really too sure what terminology you're going to apply right here, but this is clean bass roll. I just made a whole selection out of some instruments. Right here, it's just a bass pluck. I just selected for random instrument I want to apply to the concept being I'm gonna get it to bass roll or bass drop, whichever way you fancy in the tracks. You put it in the instrument, and we're gonna select a note from start from. We're gonna do a bass drop from. I'm gonna choose this note from. Let me say G4. All right, we're gonna do a G4 roll. I want this note right here. I want it to do a bass roll to another note different. All right, I'm gonna get it to do a bass drop to G3. So while I'm doing that is with consciousness of the length of the note. So most of you would be wondering how to get across these sounds instead of downloading bass rolls, bass drops, whatever. You could just make a couple of your own. They turn it sound a whole lot much more interesting when you're using your own head, your own ideas. And of course, how I get around doing this is by double clicking on the note that I intend it's going to slide. You see, this right here is telling us it's sliding from G4. It's going to slide all the way right down to G3. So before it's going to accept this setting, I have to click accept right there. So it's the first thing you remember. Some people forget to click on the accept when they do this, and you will notice that it's got this little indentation right there to give you. It's just a marker to let you know that it's gotten extra properties upon it. Now take a listen. So this is how it sounds. That's a bass drop right there. You know, it's the length of the note that's going to make it sound a whole lot nicer. So I'm trying to just kind of shorten it a little bit more so you get an idea. Generally, this sort of bass drop is a whole lot quicker, and it's starting from midway of the note. If I was to extend this note, take a look here. If I wanted to extend this note, if I wanted a bass drop to start from, let's say halfway, I just drag this to start from halfway. So let's take a listen to that. So that's the bass drop from halfway through it. Forget the sound of the recording is backdrop. You can hear the fan rambling. So we're gonna take this now bass drop. I wanted you to start from right here, from the beginning of this note. It's nothing too special. It's gonna start do a quick bass roll, make it a little faster than it was starting from. Let's say you were considering the time it was taken to let off that band, the slide it was starting from the note beginning. So we could have it start from midway if you wanted to come up half more, if you had an extra note, if you wanted to do a little short roll, whichever way you're interested in. So right, if I did it this way to examine how we're short stuff in the note, it just gave you a fast drop. It wouldn't even think about the note that previously sounded. It could even make it a whole lot shorter. But it would be the propagation of the note that it was initially transporting. Wavelength and the pitch would remain the same. So if I was to extend this note here, let's say a little further, and then I wanted to get it to sound all funny with a different note it could slide on to, like this note for example, I just get it to lift this pitch from the G3 and it go a little higher in the note, extending it the same note that it was bouncing off, the same sounding, but it's going to be terminating at D5. Now the end of the note stops there. We could reduce the amount of time it takes for it to finish this note. So you can hear it's getting close to the end of the bar, right closer to the end. But I could draw it closer, and you would have something sounding a whole lot like this. So that's generally how you apply and insert bass drops.